Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay Today. And today we're going to really focus a little bit more on the world of film and entertainment. And we're out in Los Angeles with Nicholas Downs. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Matt?
Very good. No, I loved it. You sent me, I see this trailer for Honeydew List, and I'm watching this thing going, oh my God, what has he sent me? And, but
Something good, I hope.
I loved it. And what was it, about 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, it's actually like 7.
Okay, seven
Yeah.
minutes, and trust me, afterwards I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." But first, I had to watch the first one. What was that one called?
The Handyman.
The Handyman. How could that fall? And so again, the Handyman. They're bare-chested. Our minds are drifting. But
Yeah,
before
that's
we,
okay.
no, go ahead.
I said that's okay. We can let the kinds can drift.
No, what I was going to say is before we do talk too much about it, I wanted you guys to have a chance to see it. So here's the trailer.
Are you kidding me? However many things you can get to would be great. I am so sorry. Here, I'll throw that in the dryer for you. It won't take long.
Oh, Walter!
That was amazing. So anyway, what was the inspiration for all this, and where do these ideas come from?
Well, and to be very straightforward and honest, I think what I really wanted to do was create work for myself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where everything kind of started and where the seed started. Because as an actor in Hollywood, you're constantly either waiting for opportunity or having somebody try to create opportunity for you. So by taking some of the skills that I've learned over the years with producing, I said I need to actually really get serious and just create something that I can guide all along the way, something that I can write, that I can be in, and have my hands in every aspect of it, and also pushing it out later on in the marketing and distribution of it. So that's kind of where it started, and then I just needed to find something that I could do that wouldn't be so large that it would be, hard to obtain.
Yeah. No, it seems like for those of us on the outside, your consumers that watch this stuff, is the point of creating these shorts? Is it like you just said, kind of getting yourself out there and almost in some ways like a resume in that sense to kind of break into the film world?
I think for the longest time, short films have really kind of been labeled as a name maker or a calling card to some degree.
Yeah.
So, but there's all different kinds of short films. There's ones that student filmmakers do at the university to, learn and get their name out there and what they can do to maybe launch once they sort of get out into the working world, all the way up to ones that win Oscars,
Yeah.
So, and then everything in between. And so I think that there's especially lately with the way people like to consume content, I think there's become even more of a desire for them, and not just like, hey, I'm going to make this short film so I can show you what I can do down the road or with a feature, but I'm actually just going to create this short film because it works better as a short, or it's going to capture a wider audience that's going to be fine sitting and watching something for 10 minutes versus something for 90 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm learning that. I mean, I kind of watched this, and being from LA, and we many years in a row we've worked with Outfest and sponsored and been a part of and gone there, and so you kind of get a sense of where a lot of LGBT film is at, and between that and then of course everything kind of migrating more and more online, it really seems like the future is that we're going to see a lot more of these. I don't know if they're shorts or just in your case because they sequential. What would you call them? Mini episodes. Some call them webisodes.
Or I call webisodes, or I call mine kind of like a series of shorts or a short series, because it's less web series based and more like I'm just putting out like a continuing story. Whereas in the end, you could put them all together and watch them back to back.
Just like Eastsiders TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just started watching that recently, and it was actually in between the time when I first talked to you and now, and I'm watching it going, oh, that it's turning on the lights. I didn't know that Netflix would run something that was only like 10-minute clips, in sequence into a series.
Yeah, it's good that they got that. That was big.
Yeah. So it seems like the world is wide open for that. And have you ever been speaking about Fest and others? Have your shorts ever been as part of a film festival yet?
Yeah, they have. I've had a lot of luck with the Handyman. So the Handyman came out through Deku at the end of last year in the fall. But before that, when I had finished the film, I wanted to do a festival run. Over the years, I've met a lot of people in the film festival world and festival directors, and I thought it'd be great marketing, and Deku was totally behind that.
Yeah.
So the Handyman had a great run. It ran in all over the world, in China and India and Germany and Canada and all across the U.S. It won Best Comedy Short, North Carolina Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. So it had a really, really good run. I got great response from it, and it was just a really good run-up to the release. With Honey-Do List, it's been a little bit different experience because, well, with our current state that we're in, with COVID. So that's really kind of dictating and driving the festivals, which is really unfortunate because there's so many great festivals and festival directors out there. My heart goes out to the ones that have to, postpone or maybe even cancel. I haven't really heard a lot of canceling, but postponing. So a lot of them are saying, well, we can't do the spring, but we'll hopefully do the fall. So with Honey-Do List, I'm hoping that even though it's going to come out on Deku on June 17th, I'm hoping that a lot of the festivals will still want to run it. They're a little more lenient when it comes to shorts versus features that are already out to the public.
Especially now, because what's interesting is that I'm fascinated to be able to see, all the changes and pivots that Pride events and film festivals are doing right now. It's more Pride events at the moment because so much was supposed to come up in June. So it'll be interesting to see kind of like what sticks, and will the world of film festivals, will they continue to do more online? And they may. Time will tell, but we'll see if there might be a whole new future there as well.
I think a lot of them probably will have to go to more of the online structure, either smaller venues and they can't show them in, certain venues of a certain size, or like you said, online. I think a couple of them actually already have that, but I think more and more probably will go to that, just so the content can get out there. Because for a lot of these festivals, it's really one of the only ways that the filmmakers' projects get shown. So even if, it's not a theater in, an art house theater somewhere, online could be great because in some respects it actually might get a broader audience.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Deku, and Deku may be a part of that future with film festivals. But for those folks that don't know Deku yet, what is Deku?
Well, Deku is a LGBTQ platform. It's sort of like a Netflix, a subscription-based platform that you can go on. You have to be a subscriber to it, so it's SVOD, which is subscription-based. And so they acquire content. They do some original content, but a lot of their structure is about acquiring shorts, web series, feature films, and then you can access their website. And as a member, you basically can go on and watch all the movies and web series and short films. But they definitely cater towards LGBTQ content.
Oh yeah. No, I've known them. I've known them from back from the TLA video days. So that's why when you mentioned them, I was like, it's nice to see this happening.
Yeah.
And
They're
I see
great.
a lot now.
Great.
It's not just them, but it's also Reverie TV. In LA, they're trying to make inroads and doing well and trying to break through that. And there's a new Asian one that's I don't know if anybody's heard of that. We see it a lot on Twitter. It's called, get this, Gaga Ooh La La.
I love the name.
I can't believe I said that right. And but it's fun, and it's actually but they are bringing they're based in Taiwan, but they're bringing Asian LGBT film to the world, and they've established themselves in Asia, and in Asia being very large. So I mean, just established themselves. I think Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, especially. But now they're taking a lot of that and bringing it to Australia, the U.S. So it's kind of exciting because, especially when we do have this downtime where we're stuck at home, it's like, that could be another option.
Absolutely, I'd never heard of them before. I'll have to look into them. Yeah, that's great. And Reverie is great as well. They have kind of a different platform than Deku. They do like an option where you can do you can either watch with ads, or if you subscribe, then you don't have ads. Yeah. So I'm curious as to is it Gaga Ooh La La? Right?
See, you said it right as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see sort of what their structure is, and everybody will just kind of adapt, whatever makes the most sense, and people want to get content. The interesting thing right now is so maybe something like Gaga Ooh La La coming in will be good because it'll be new content that people haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
The kind of balancing act right now, I think, with a lot of these online streaming companies is how do they continue to garner and get new content? You know, the Honeydew List sort of finished at a really good time because I finished before everything happened, and now I have something to release. So it gives me and Deku something to release in June. But so going on, where do they get the new content if people aren't able to shoot yet? And so that'll be an interesting challenge, I think, for some of these platforms is to where do they acquire like maybe classic films, or do they have to kind of go out to people maybe that they turned down before and get, you know, to acquire and get content for their different streaming platforms?
No, and you know, we won't go too far down this, or it'll be another, you know, that's a half-hour additional.
Yeah.
Of just
Sorry about that. I'm rambling.
No, not that. I was going to say what I love that idea, but no, it's the whole. But at the end of the day, the world of YouTube and all this short form through influencers or content creators, whatever word we want to use, but that whole world has taken off. So the real question then becomes like, you know, it'll be interesting to see how Reverie, Deku, and Gaga Ulala, how they differentiate so that, you know, we can actually feel compelled to want to watch something that maybe we're not going to be able to see just sitting there on YouTube or, you know, through a lot of the platforms that are available today.
That's true. I think people will just have to get creative. Deku recently did something where they did a short film challenge competition where they gave cash prizes.
Yeah.
So they had people go out and they gave them a theme of love and distance in the current world that we're in. And they had people create movies in their house and the home or wherever, and then they put them up for the competition. So I think it's actually happening right now, or they may be voting like in the next day or two, but they put it out to the viewers to vote. And the top winner will get cash prizes, and then they actually get a budget to actually shoot a short film. So that's kind of a creative way to put new stuff out there and also involve the audience and the fans to vote and be a part of it.
I love that. It's engagement. You're engaged. You know, you're not just. It's not a one-way street where you're just pushing this out there. You're engaged with them, and you're asking them to respond back. So I think also my personal belief that's the future as well. So
yeah.
We shall see. But no, this is great. And I think it gives our folks a lot of info in terms of not only what you're doing, but also what's kind of going on in the industry. So when all this is behind us, I look forward when I'm on my next trip out to LA this year to catch up with you in person, maybe at the film festival.
Yeah, I would love that. Let's hope that that's back up and running again. And I would love to see you in person. And you know, once this gets going back up again and the business gets kind of ramped up again, my ultimate goal is to do a third film in this series, which will kind of round out the entire series, and it'll be called The Wedding Plan. So I've written a first draft of that. It'll bring everybody back together for a finale.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to all that. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye.